Hello again, everyone. We're going to go through another chair yoga session today. I hope you enjoyed the last one, and I hope everybody is feeling okay. Yeah, keep looking after yourselves, keep moving. Yeah, and just make sure that you're really caring for yourself. So today we're going to need a couple of props. So I'm going to use this yoga strap. But for you guys, you might have a belt that you can use. Just need a long piece of material, maybe a scarf, because we're going to be using it into the shoulders. So we're going to be kind of having it above the head. And we're also going to be just popping it onto the legs so we can have a really good stretch of the legs using the strap as support. So if you need to go and grab a strap, do that. And just being aware as well that we might want to pop some books or something underneath the feet, because I know sometimes the chairs are a little bit high, and actually what a good idea is to bring the feet up so the knees are kind of parallel with the hips. So you might just want to pop books under each foot. And then what we'll do is we'll just get nice and comfortable. So we're going to start by centering ourselves as we always do. So just let yourself kind of relax back onto the chair and close the eyes. Oh, and we just start to bring the full awareness now onto your body. So just starting to connect with those sensations in your body. Being aware of the outside of your skin, so any sensations or the temperature of your skin. And then starting to become aware a little bit deeper of the physical body. So just being aware of those major joints in your body, your ankles, any sensations there, the knees, the hips, up at your spine and into your shoulders. And just being aware of any tension you might have in the jaw. Maybe give it a bit of a wiggle. And that tension in the jaw, if we've got tension there, it can sometimes lead down into the neck and the shoulders. So just important we just let that face be nice and soft. And then when we feel like we're truly within our body, truly connected in the body, we're just going to take a couple of nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you take those breaths out of the mouth, just kind of allow gravity to take effect. So allow your body to start to kind of just sink down towards the ground. You might find the back rounds a little bit, the shoulders round a little bit. You might find that you feel a little bit heavy, and if you feel heavy, just let yourself go. Just a couple more deep breaths into the belly. And exhale, releasing. And then when you've taken a few breaths in and out, you might suddenly become aware, or you might become a little bit more accustomed now to where you might be feeling a bit stiff or a bit tight. It might be shoulders, it might be hips, it might be jaw still. So just taking a few little movements into those areas, just to loosen things up. And remember, because I can't see you, I can't see what you're doing, I just want you to be really careful about listening to your body. So we don't want to go anywhere near any kind of discomfort. If there's discomfort, we come to stillness. What we want is a nice, gentle stretch, just to let the body know that we're engaging with it, we're connecting with it, we're still existing. And try to have your chin so it's parallel to the floor, so it's not tucked in too much and it's not jutting up. And again, we take those breaths in through the nose. We're filling the belly with air, expanding the whole of the torso, almost creating space for our internal organs. And as we exhale, just allowing everything to kind of release. So let the exhalation feel as though it's heavy and it's just releasing any tension that you do not need through your sit bones, from your shoulders, from the breath. Just a few more of those breaths in and out. And as you breathe, just being aware of that full connection with your body, fully inhabiting your body right from the tips of your fingers to the top of the head, back of the body, the sides of the body. Letting any of that heaviness just sink down to the feet, sink down to the sit bones. And then just staying in this nice relaxed position so that the neck is nice and relaxed. We're just going to move into the neck. So with the eyes still closed, or you can open them, we're just starting to take those little circles with your nose. The circles are like spirals, as they usually are. So just going to start to draw those circles bigger. Listen to what's happening in the neck. Don't overstretch it. Just moving how deeply or as gently as you need to today. And when you've taken those circles as big as feels comfortable, you can start to just take the circles smaller and smaller and smaller until you come back to stillness. And then when you come back to stillness, just making sure that the nose is facing in front of you, that the head is in a neutral position as possible. The chin is parallel with the floor and those shoulders are relaxed. And we're just going to take the circles in the opposite direction. Starting small and getting bigger. And again, we're just not letting the head sort of just hang. We're in full control of it as we take those movements. So it's like we're just ironing out any of that stress or that tightness in the head. And then bringing those circles smaller and smaller again once we've allowed them to become as big as feels comfortable. And then coming back to stillness. So now we've taken those circles, allow yourself to come back to a nice relaxed position. And we're just going to move into the shoulders, still with the eyes closed if you want. You can have them open if you like. But we're almost going to be filling the torso up with air with 3 breaths in and then kind of releasing with a sigh. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears. So hands can be on your lap or on your leg. And we're going to inhale, take those shoulders all the way up to the ears. And exhale, release. 2 more of those. Inhaling. And release. And the last one, deep breath in. And release. Lovely. So when you're ready, you can kind of just give the jaw another wiggle, because sometimes when we concentrate on the breath, we kind of tense that face up again. You want the jaw to be released and relaxed, so the neck and shoulders have got more chance of release. Remember, everything is connected. And then you might want to open the eyes and just move a little bit further forward from the back of your chair. So you're not kind of, unless it feels like you need to have support today, in which case keep the back against the chair. Otherwise, we want to kind of work into our very strong core a little bit more. So we're going to pull the back of the body away from the chair and just start to kind of lift. Start to lift up through your belly, lift up through your chest. We don't want to look up. We want to keep the head so we're looking forward and the chin is parallel with the floor, but we just want to find a nice bit of lift. We look at our legs, the knees are over the ankles or thereabouts, and the legs, the knees are also parallel with the hips, and the feet are about hip distance apart. So let's just move into the hands and wrists to start with. So we're going to bring the hands in front of us and just make claws with your hand. And then we're going to make fists with the hand. And just from your wrists, so not from the elbows, but from the wrists, just taking a couple of rotations. And you just want to take those arms forward, so you are pushing into the fists as well, so it feels like you're opening the back of your body. And remembering to kind of keep lifting through the torso. Take those rotations in the opposite direction. And then come to stillness. So we're going to reach into the fingertips, fingers up towards the ceiling, and then towards the floor. So we're kind of finding that flexion. And then we want to take it so the palms are facing forward, and we're taking the fingers towards each other and we're interlacing them. So we're going to push into them to find some length. Bring your chin to your chest, or just bring the chin forward so you're looking down towards the floor. And then we're going to take a deep breath in, taking those arms overhead, reaching into the fingertips. So we've got lots of lift here. Keep your sit bones plugged into the chair. And then take the arms nice and wide, reaching into the fingertips so the hands come all the way down. Give the hands a little bit of a shake because we've worked into those wrists. Give the fingers a little bit of movement, just so we've got that movement in the fingers. And we're going to take those movements into the ankles now. So we're just going to take the hands underneath the right leg. And again, sitting up nice and straight, so we've got that lift in the torso. We're going to take some circles with the ankle in one direction. Just from the ankle, remember, not the knee, the ankle. And then take those circles back in the other direction. Lifting up through the chest, nice and tall. And then coming to stillness, we're going to flex the foot. So we want to send the toes up towards the ceiling as much as we can. And then we'll start to straighten the leg and point the toe. Lifting up and holding here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rebending the knee, release the foot back onto that block. Let's take a big stretch overhead in between. So on an inhalation, let's take the arms all the way overhead. And we'll try and bring the palms together if you can, so you're really reaching into those fingertips. And if it feels okay on your neck, this time, looking up towards the thumbs. Take a big, deep breath in as we reach up. And then we're bringing the hands back to the heart center. The shoulders are relaxed. And again, the chin is parallel with the floor. So you can give those hands a shake again. And we're going to take the left leg now. So underneath your thigh, start to rotate just from the ankle. So just be really aware that we're just moving into that ankle. Really connect with the ankle joint. Circles with the ankle in one direction. And then circles with the ankle in the other direction. And then come to stillness, flexing the toes, push them up towards the ceiling. And then we're starting to straighten that leg, and we're going to point the toe if we can. Holding it here, lifting up, not slumping, lifting up through the torso for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely, releasing that foot. We're going to take the hands to heart center again. I'm lifting up through my torso. And let's take that big stretch one more time. So we're inhaling the arms all the way overhead. Big stretch here. As we take the hands overhead, if it feels okay on the neck, you're looking up. And then we're taking those arms wide, 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 wide. Bringing them next to you and bringing that chin back to the chest. So bring your head to upright and time to take the strap. So we're going to work into these shoulders a little bit. And it's a bit of an unusual movement, but it really helps you find a bit of mobility in the shoulders as well. So we're going to take the strap so that each end is kind of equal. And we're going to take the hands so we're gripping the strap at about shoulder distance apart. And we want to pull the strap away from each other so we're working into those shoulders already. And we're going to take the arms overhead. And we're going to start to take some circles from the shoulders. So I want you to think about moving from the whole of the shoulder girdle. And when I say the whole of the shoulder girdle, I mean we're moving from those collarbones, from the shoulder blades in the back, as we take some circles. So trying to keep the arms as straight as possible as we move shoulders forwards. And then we move the shoulders backwards. We're going to bring that strap in front of us. Lovely. And we're going to use the breath in a moment. So we've got that strap nice and taut. So we kind of feel the upper shoulders working a little bit here. We're going to inhale, keeping it taut, pulling the strap away from each other. Inhale overhead. Exhale, we're bringing the hands back in front of us. Keep pulling the strap. 4 more of these. Inhaling up, reaching up, exhaling down. So the arms come parallel with the shoulder. Inhaling up, nice and slowly. Remember, you're pulling that strap. This is quite strong because I can feel it on my arm as well. So I can feel it working. Exhale to shoulder height. 2 more, inhale. Let that spine lengthen as you inhale, really stretch into, reaching into the strap. Exhale. And the last one, inhaling, take that strap all the way overhead. And then exhale, releasing it in front of you. So we're going to take the strap now behind you. And so if you take it behind you, I just want you to hold the opposite sides of the strap. You're sitting down, and see if you can just pull the strap away from you and send the shoulder blades together. Holding it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. So release the strap. Give those shoulders a little bit of a roll backwards and forwards. And we'll move into the legs a little bit now. So we're going to take the strap first of all and take it around your foot, your right foot. And hold the strap or the scarf or the belt with your right hand. So again, we're sitting up nice and straight. Left hand could be on the left knee or on the side of the chair. It's a little bit of a balance. So we want a nice strong core. So we want to keep nice and lengthened in the spine. And we're just going to start to straighten that right leg. And we're using the right hand to help us support. So we're just sending that right leg in front of us. Push the foot into the strap. Keep lifting up through your chest, through your core. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might want to take the leg to the side. Doesn't matter how far. You can have the knee bent if that helps. And we're holding it here. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, coming all the way back to center. Just have another push into that heel, nice big stretch. And then you're releasing the foot to the floor. So let's take the strap off and take it to the other side. Comes onto the foot, the left foot. Holding onto the strap with the left hand, right hand on the right knee, sitting up nice and straight again. Starting to straighten that right leg out in front of you. Using your left hand to keep you holding up straight, push into the heel. For 1, lift through your torso, 2, 3, 4, 5, then taking the stretch to the side. Doesn't matter if the knee is bent. For 1, keep lifting up, 2, 3, 4, 5, lovely, coming back to center. Give it 1 more push. And then releasing that foot to the floor. So let's release the strap now. Going to take the feet a little bit further apart. Just have the feet at 10 to 2 now. And we're taking the hands onto the knees. We're just going to take a couple of rotations from the hips now. So you've done this one before. You know that you can round your back as you come backwards, moving into the chest, moving into the shoulders. So just think about all of the torso and how you can best stretch and move and breathe into it. And remember, we don't want any discomfort. We don't want anything that doesn't feel right. So you don't have to take 2 big circles with your head. You can just take it once. Just going to take 1 more in this direction. I'm moving into my back, my shoulders, and then just bringing my chest forwards. So hands are on my knees, take my shoulder blades together, and I'm going to look up towards the ceiling. And my bottom, I'm going to stick my bottom out, so I'm arching my back. And then I'm going to bring my chin to my chest, and I'm going to send my arms forward and tuck my belly in and send the back of my back, so the middle of my back, to the back of the chair. Chins to chest. And then we're coming forwards again. We're going to take those circles in the opposite direction. So you probably went clockwise first time. So you're moving those circles from the hips in the opposite direction. Just taking 1 more of these now, and we're moving the whole of the body forward. So when we move the body forwards, we might want to take the lower arms onto the legs and just let the head hang here, if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, you might, because some of you I know might want to just completely release, because we're going to try and round the spine. So you can release, let everything relax. Let the head go down towards the floor. Give the jaw a bit of a wiggle when you're down here, so you're releasing all of that tension that's in the body. Take 3 deep breaths in and out. And then we're going to roll up the spine. So starting with the lower back, chin stays to the chest. I want you to visualize your spine stacking one on top of the other. So the head comes up last of all. So we're stacking the lower back, the middle back, the shoulder blades, and the upper back. Then the neck comes into alignment, and finally the head. So let's take one last big stretch overhead before we come to standing. Let's inhale the arms all the way up. Reach right into those fingertips. You can look up towards the ceiling and then bring the hands to heart center. Lovely. So you can give yourself a shake, give the legs a shake, and we're going to come up to standing. So moving everything out of the way, don't want to fall over anything. Keep your chair for the moment, we're just going to do a little bit of a balance. So I want you to come to standing. I'm just getting nice and organised so that you can see what I'm doing. Coming to standing. Now you know your strong standing position, feet are hip distance apart, your legs are nice and strong. We don't want any bottoms stuck out or tucked under, we want them somewhere in the middle. And we want to keep lifting, lifting, lifting from the core. If the shoulders are relaxed. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Take your right arm overhead and come on to the tiptoes. Come as high as you can. You're holding onto the chair for support. And then we're lowering the heels to the floor. Lower your hand. Let's see if we can flow that 4 more times. So we'll inhale up and exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, take a nice big stretch up, reach right into those fingertips onto the tiptoes. Exhaling down. And the last one, inhaling up. Exhale down. So we're going to take that to the other side. So this time you're going to have your right hand onto the chair and left arm comes overhead. So I'm just going to change that so you can see what I'm doing. So let's do it slowly first of all, like we did with the other one. We inhaled, we came up onto tiptoes and then took that arm all the way overhead for the big stretch. Then we released the heels and release the hand. So let's do 4 more of those in unison. So inhaling onto tiptoes, reach into the fingertips. Exhaling, releasing the heels, coming all the way down. 3 more. Use your breath. It's like a flow. It's almost like a ballerina. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. And the last one, deep breath in as we come all the way overhead. And exhaling down. Lovely. So let's just move the chair. Now you can have the chair if you want to for support to the side, or you can move the chair out of the way. We're just going to do some hip opening exercises now. So let's take the hands on the hips and take those legs nice and wide. Lovely. So I'm looking down at my feet. So the feet are about a little bit further than hip distance apart, and I want my feet, if they were a clock, to be at 10 to 2. So we're going to come into our goddess. So we're going to keep the tailbone towards the ground. So the bottom isn't stuck out more so. Then let's take a big stretch now. So we'll come to star pose, hands next to you. Let's take the arms all the way overhead. Now send the shoulder blades together and open the chest, palms facing forward. Open the hands nice and tight. Nice and tight, nice and wide. And then we're going to take those arms overhead for a stretch and bring the hands to heart center. And then we're going to bend the knees. So we're holding it here. We don't want to lean forwards too much. Trying to stay nice and upright with the spine. Shoulders relaxed. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. So let's inhale, come back up into our star pose. Reach into those fingertips. And then let's take the hands onto the hips. So you all know your warrior 2. So we're going to have the right toes so that they're facing towards the side of your mat or facing wherever your hips are facing. So they might be at a 90-degree angle to the left side of your body, so or a 45-degree angle. Left toes towards the front of your mat. And then we open the arms nice and wide. Let's lengthen our spine, taking the arms overhead. And then as we exhale, hands coming to shoulder height, bend that front knee, look over your front fingertips. Push into the back foot, keep lifting through your chest, lifting through your spine. for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. We're going to take a deep breath in. Take the arms all the way overhead. And then again, bring the arms wide and onto the hips. So let's take that to the other side. Both toes facing wherever your forwards is, wherever the direction of your hips is. And then we're taking the right toes to face kind of forwards, in the forwards direction to the back of your mat. So arms come up to shoulder height. Let's take a big stretch here. So we're stretching, inhaling, creating length in your spine. And then you'll bend your front knee, arms come up to shoulder height. Keep the chest nice and open, holding it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Taking a big stretch, arms coming overhead again, and then bringing them wide and onto the hips. So keep both toes facing forwards now. We're going to come into Goddess again with the arms slightly different. Feet come at 10 to 2. Let's come to star pose. So star pose, opening up in the chest, shoulder blades together, bend your knees, and then take the shoulders, the elbows to shoulder height. Really send the shoulder blades together so you're opening your chest. Holding it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's inhale into star. Exhale back to Goddess. 3 more. Inhale into star. Stretch. Exhale back to Goddess. Inhale into star. Exhale into Goddess. And the last one, inhaling into your star pose. If you're feeling super strong now, you can come onto your tiptoes. And then release the heels, final Goddess. Lovely, straighten those legs, bring the hands onto the hips. Shoulders have worked super hard now, give them a roll back. And then a little bit of a roll forwards. Let's just move into the hips. So with the bottom, drawing a couple of big nice circles. And in the other direction. And then let's come back to stillness and take a nice little fold. So we're going to take our chair again as a bit of support. Now remember, with this fold, we want a nice little length in the spine, so it doesn't matter if the knees are bent. Hands come onto the back of the chair, and I want you to start to send your bottom to the back of the room. Bend the knees if you have to. Hands coming on the chair for support. You might come here today. You might come down a bit lower. Bend your knees, send your bottom backwards. You might stretch into your arms as well. Holding it here, take 3 deep breaths in and out. Open those shoulder blades. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then when you're ready, just walking the feet forwards to the front of your chair. Give your shoulders a roll. Let's take one nice big stretch overhead. So let's take the arms overhead, reach into those fingertips, and then bring the hands to your heart center. Coming back to sit on your chair, just to finish off with a gentle twist. So again, feet are on the floor. We're not going to cross the legs today. We're going to send the knees over towards the right side. Take the left hand on the side of the chair. We're going to inhale the right arm all the way overhead and exhale towards the left side. Let's take 3 breaths here. Inhaling, we're opening the chest, opening the shoulders. Exhale, releasing. That's 2 breaths. And 3. Take that right arm back overhead and release it. Let's take the knees to the other side. So we're kind of shuffling so the knees go over to the left side. Right hand comes on the side of the chair. Inhale, lift up with the left arm. Exhale, twisting, releasing the hand. 3 breaths in and out. And that's 3 breaths. Inhaling that arm all the way up, reach into the fingertips, and then releasing the hand. Make any movements you need to make. Roll into your shoulders, give your jaw a wiggle. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, let everything go, and you can let yourself completely relax. And if you want to close the eyes here, you can close the eyes. And just again, become very present with your body. Very present with the sensations in your body. Very present with the movement in your body. From the breath. From the workings of the internal organs. From just those slight movements in the muscles. The movement on the skin. Allow yourself to be fully present, connected, inhabiting your body in this moment. And without moving from this moment of connection, you can start to allow yourself to engage with external factors that connect you with the outside world in the present moment. Maybe you can hear birds singing, or there might be the warmth of the sun on your face through the window. Just let yourself be fully engaged with your present moment. And when you feel nice and connected with the world around you again, without moving kind of out of this almost nice present cocoon, just start to make movements in fingers and toes, and maybe some circles in the wrists and the hands. And then take a nice big stretch overhead. Reach into those fingertips. And then bringing your hands together, take them to your heart center. And you might feel some lovely warmth or energy between those palms as you bring them together. And if you do, let's work with that lovely magic of that energy. So let's give the palms a rub. And you can place that energy where you might need it most today. It could be, oh, I need some help mentally. Or it might be physically, it's always my shoulders or my right hip. Or you might want to place the hands somewhere like a chakra, heart chakra, send love. Or your third eye, connecting with your intuition. Take one more deep breath into your belly and release. And you can bring the hands back to heart center to close your practice. thank you very much again, everyone. I'm hoping to do these every week. So yeah, if there's anything you want, if you've got any requests, let me know. We haven't done balance yet because I'm just trying to figure out how to do the balance side of things without being there. But yes, hopefully I will see you all again soon. Please take care, look after yourself, be careful. Sending you lots of love and hope to see you soon. Bye.